Everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Oakland Athletics franchise on MLB the Show 23. Today, AAA getting their opening day on with Dino Valenzuela on the hill, taking on the Tacoma Rainiers with Justice Sheffield. Some of you may remember he was in our Mariners franchise in MLB the Show 19 as a pretty top prospect in that. Marcelo Mayer cannot get the job done with the bases loaded, but look at Rivas hitting a homer for the Rainiers. Then Gabriel Gonzalez going down swinging for Tacoma. Fifth strikeout for Dino. Dino continued to dish later on in the top of the fourth. There is an out as well. And a 1-0 lead for Tacoma. This one's a Benny Roush gapper all the way to the wall. Benny Roush finds himself on second base, and he gets himself the tying RBI. Max Muncy up at the plate now. This one's straight to shortstop, and he's thrown out at first to prevent any further runs through the fourth inning. Carlos Castaneda, a lot of big things expected from this young man, and that is a huge hit into the right center field gap for a 2 RBI double for Mr. Castaneda. Benny Roush, though, going to dribble one down third base. We thought that his runs driving in was not done, but unfortunately he is gone. And then with the bases loaded in the top of the sixth, that's when Dino starts to give it up. Tacoma Rainiers going to pick up not just one, not just two, but 3 runs on a 3 RBI triple. Then Justin Levy comes up to the plate, hits this one out to center field. That's the second out of the inning, but a tag up and a score. Tacoma up 2. That is when Oswaldo Trujillo would get his first action as a Las Vegas Aviator. 18-year-old draft pick from last year, acquired in the offseason, and he gives up a hit down the third baseline. Fortunate that it was only a single. Guy Durbin comes up, dribbles one on to Kennedy, who will try to get a double play started, but look at this. Man isn't even there. Levi Jordan is going to strike out, however, and that gets through the top half of the sixth inning. So Trujillo not without his troubles, but he gets the job done, and that's when former Las Vegas Aviator Adrian Martinez would come into the game. And Joshua Baez slams one out over the left field wall. That isn't coming back. No shot. That one's on a yo-yo string as Joshua Baez hits it 388 feet. A 100 exit velo for Mr. Baez, and that one will go ahead and inch Vegas a little bit closer. Runners on the corners in the bottom of the sixth with 2 away, and Oliver Kennedy cannot get a big base hit. That'll bring Carlos Castaneda to the plate in the bottom of the seventh, and Castaneda, like I said, expecting big things as he goes ahead and ties the game up with a long ball, 380 feet for Carlos. He was the first-round draft pick last season, and we are expecting those big things. Benny Roush is not done getting some action with a double in the right center field gap, putting himself on second base with 1 away for Joshua Baez. Remember, he had the home run before, and he's got a second one here in the bottom of the seventh inning. That is his second of the year, obviously. This is opening day, and he's got 361 feet for Baez to take the lead 7-5. And then Marcelo Mayer getting this one over the head of the shortstop, and it just goes all the way to the wall. Mayer drives in the 8th run of the game for the Aviators. And the Rainiers are thinking maybe 30-year-old Cole Gordon will do the job. He's up against Rich Gomez, and Gomez takes this thing out to left field. Also another man acquired this offseason, and another young player to build around in this organization, and that is what this series is all about. We are building around these young guys. Gomez with a big hit, and then Carlos Castaneda, he had a home run in that same spot before, and he hits another out there. Castaneda 2 in the game, Baez with 2 in the game, and the long balls are just flowing as Jebediah Pimpersheen comes into this game. 13-5, gets the strikeout, gets another strikeout of Bernardo Guerra. It was 1 for 4, make it 1 for 5. Here's Leonardo Rivas. He comes up. This is a shallow fly ball, and Mayer ranges back to take care of it as the Aviators come up with a 13-5 win with 20 hits on their opening day. And it is Oswaldo Trujillo who picks up the dub. Now we move on. Oakland Athletics looking to take on the Minnesota Twins. It's a 1-1 series. Twins won 6-5 in game number 1. A's with a 3-2 win in the second game. Jose Suarez looking to get his season on track, and unfortunately he's in trouble in the top of the third inning, but Will Myers going to fly out into center, and there's the throw home, way not in time. That's the first run of the game. Byron Buxton comes up, though. Just sits there looking at it. Don't just stare at it, Sabrina. Eat it, if anybody gets that reference. There's Trevor Larnach in the fourth. He goes down swinging. It stays 1-0. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. takes this one into left field. Will he bring the run home? Look at Hoffman churning the legs. And Reed Hoffman, not many people faster in this league. Jonathan India comes up, and he's going to gap one into the right center field wall. And India will find himself on second with an RBI double. 2-1 Oakland. Kenny Stevens up at the plate. And this one, a ground out to second base, and it will not provide a run. We're through 4. Jose Alvarez coming into the game. And he's only had very, very short work this season, but he's doing good work here against Minnesota, getting through the middle of the 6th. Colby Gaynor would come in to close a 3-1 ball game. Jorge Polanco at the plate, 2 for 3 on the day. He takes this one all the way into the right field corner, and that chases Oscar Gonzalez back. Easy double. That leaves Alex Kirilloff up the plate, who will go ahead and take a walk on the inside pitch. Nick Gordon batting .062 on the season. Flies out to center field. Stevens will make the catch. Ryan Jeffers 0 for 2 in the game, and Jeffers hits this one out to left field. Reed Hoffman just getting under it. He'll make the catch as well. And Pedro Molina, the leadoff hitter, right back to Colby Gaynor. And the throw on to first will complete a 3-1 Oakland Athletics win here at home against the Twins, even with them out hitting our A's. Jose Suarez gets the dub. We move on to the Double-A opener. The Midland Rockhounds will host the team that knocked them out of the playoffs last season, the Springfield Cardinals. And it is L.J. Jones striking out looking. You gotta swing the bat, boys. Ryan Cusick, former Oakland A, up on the hill for the Springfield Cardinals today. Frankie Miller, our newest #1 draft pick. Oakland brass really expecting this young man to do some big things as well, but his first at-bat as a Rockhound is a flyout to right. Cody James on the hill for the Rockhounds, getting a strikeout of Billy McKinley. Then Oliver Dunn going down swinging as well. Safe to say that inning was done. Julio Nivar with the smoke out to center field. That one all the way up to the wall. No shot the center fielder had there. Nivar finds himself on second with an RBI double, counting on Frankie Miller to bring him home, but Miller going to ground out in his second ever at bat. L.J. Jones at the plate again, this time no strikeout. He gets a hit into center field. Carter going to try to throw this one home. It is not in time, and 2-run score. Kyle McCann up at the plate. Frankie Miller moving in, ranging to make the catch on the very slow pop-up. Oliver Dunn up at the plate, and this time, that ball is done. Smoked all the way out to right field and over the wall for a 2-run shot. Oliver Dunn, his first home run of the season, comes off Cody James. It's a 5-1 game, and they're going to need Julio Nivar here. The Rockhounds are. Unfortunately, he cannot get the job done. That's a fly out. There you go, and attempting to score a second run. No, going back and out. What a tag at third. 1 run does score, however. Jackson Merrill, the last hope. And it is just not enough as the Cardinals continue to beat up on the Rockhounds. Will they be the nemesis to our Midland Rockhounds? That remains to be seen as Cody James will take the loss. Now, here's something you didn't expect. A game of the week for the Oakland A's. as they go into Cleveland to Progressive Field to visit the Guardians in a rubber match here. Touki Toussaint up on the hill, and he had a really nice first start for Cleveland. Oscar Gonzalez, former Cleveland Guardian, will get thrown out for the first out of the game. Luis Patino up on the hill for our Oakland Athletics, and he's in a little bit of trouble. It is 1-0. And there is the hit into left field. That one will go all the way to the wall. Hoffman, not particularly the greatest or quickest fielder, and it's 2-1 Cleveland. Here's the hit for Andres Jimenez. This one way back. Luckily, only a warning track power to end the first inning. Tommy Edman, the new pickup for the Cleveland Guardians, hits this one out there, caught and gloved by Hoffman. Throw to home is not in time, and Cleveland has a nice 3-1 lead. Jose Ramirez has been a little bit quiet early in the game, and it remains that way as we're through 2-3-1. Again, former Guardian Oscar Gonzalez takes this one out to center field. That is good enough to score the second Oakland run. Connor Pilkington is brought in, having pitched 4 games so far this season and not doing very well, but he's here to get Vladdy Jr. to fly to center field. And that is an out. Tag up, however, to the plate. No throw. It's a tie ball game. So, in a 3-3 game, as Hoffman gets that tying run, here's Bucky Carver trying to get a bloop. Unfortunately, not able to. Middle of the 5th. Here's Chase DeLauder. He goes down swinging to end the 5th inning. Patino just trying to truck on through these innings as Jordan Walker comes up at the top of the 6th with corners, and he hits this one into the gap all the way up against the wall, and that scores 2 Oakland A runs to make it 5-3 and clear the bases. Nice 2-run double. Tyler Soderstrom keeps the rally going with a single into right. Walker attempting to run his way home. He will score 6-3 A's. Miles Straw, and India just couldn't glove it, as Straw will find his way with a single, and he's going to try to take 2 on the score. And he does. It's 6-4, and Domingo Acevedo is brought into the game, having only pitched 1 appearance so far this year. Tommy Edman trying to get a single, won't get past India, but the throw is no good. So now corners for Jose Ramirez, and he will take a walk on an inside slider. Acevedo in big trouble. Josh Naylor barely nowhere, but unfortunately he did not nail that ball. That's an out into Hoffman's glove, and we're through 8. Bucky Carver at the plate, and Buck is here to, well, you know. There's another Oakland A run, 7-4, and it's Colby Gaynor coming to the mound as he normally does in this situation for the save. 3-3 so far this season. Can he make it 4-4? There's a base hit to start the bottom of the 9th. Not exactly ideal. Andres Jimenez hits this one right over the glove of Jordan Walker at third, and Hoffman will have to throw it in. It's 2 on, none out for Chase DeLauder, and he goes down swinging on the interior high fastball. Ryan Rocchio hits this one down to first. Guerrero to second. Back to Guerrero for the win. Oakland Athletics get the 7-4 win at Progressive Field over the Guardians. Luis Patino goes to 1-0. Colby Gaynor with his 4th save of the year. Now, the Oakland A's back in Oakland to host the Boston Red Sox. The A's are 10-7 to start the year, but Yuri Perez having another rough start to his season. Randy Dobnak for the Red Sox is having a rough start to his as well. Who will prevail? Well, Reid Hoffman hit a solo leadoff home run. And then here's Oscar Gonzalez in the bottom of the 3rd inning with a fly out that will turn into a sacrifice, 2-zip. And then a solo shot from Jonathan India gives way to Kenny Stevens having a chance to drive home another run, but unfortunately, he's just the last out of the 3rd. Rafi Devers down the line at first, and look at Guerrero with the glove, and the throw home is not in time. It's 3-1, and Kenny Stevens goes down as the last out in the 5th. He's having a rough start to his season as well. This is a game of rough starts, and speaking of that, there's Zach Jackson. He has a rough start every season for us. I don't know why we keep him, but maybe that's why, because he could strike out Rafi Devers, and then Masataka Yoshida comes up and grounds out to Jordan Walker to get through the middle of the 6th. Tim Anderson at the plate, and Anderson takes it into left field all the way up against the wall. Anderson gonna dig in for second and a double, an RBI double to make it 6-1. Oscar Gonzalez ground out to second base, but that provides another run, making it 7-1. And then Jose Alvarez going to come in just to get this one over with, but David Hamilton takes him deep to right field and into the stands, gone. A solo shot for David Hamilton, and I'm not even going to lie to you, I don't know who that is. David Hamilton with the big homer. Here's Max Muncy, and that's a ground ball to Jonathan India to finally end the game. So Alvarez couldn't get it done without giving up anything, but just one run will do. Yuri Perez picks up his first win of the season, and the A's would go on to sweep that series, as here they are at Citi Field, taking on the New York Mets, looking for a sweep there. 3-2 in the first one, 12-6 in the second, and it's David Peterson on the hill against our A's. 6.75 ERA, not the greatest start, and he gives up a leadoff homer to Reed Hoffman. And there's Francisco Lindor going down swinging against Jose Suarez. He's looking to get his season further on track, and he does it right there with Brandon Nimmo striking out to end the third. A solo shot for Bucky Carver. He's Buck, and he's here to, well, you know. There's Mark Vientos going down swinging as well, with Jose Suarez just having a gem. And now Colby Gaynor looking to go 7 for 7 on his season in saves, as Brandon Nimmo comes up and he takes this one out to right field. High fly ball and into Jason Givens' glove. Jeff McNeil now 0 for 3 on the day. And look at Anderson ranging over. He cannot make the play, and unfortunately that will count as a base hit. CJ Crone, a brand new Met. He will come up and hit this out to right field, and Givens gets under it, makes the play. That's 2 gone. TJ Friedel will take a walk on a called ball for that looked like it could have been a strike. Francisco Alvarez will go down swinging on the slider away, and that is good enough for Colby Gaynor to pick up the save, and the Oakland A's to pick up the sweep at Citi Field with a 2-0 win. There you go. David Peterson can't get a win this year. Colby Gaynor with 7 saves, and as you look at it, our Oakland A's are 15-7 and 2 games atop the AL West. Who decided that that was possible? The Aviators are tied with the Rainiers and the Aces right now atop the Pacific Coast West, and our AA Rockhounds are 10-5 and tied with the Amarillo Sod Poodles in the Texas League South. Colby Gaynor right now is garnering a lot of support to make the All-Star game. Little early in the season, but you know, it's worth looking at. What do you think of this team so far this season? I know it's early, but let me know. Thank you for all your support on this series. Make sure you keep sharing the videos and liking the videos. It really is helping the channel out. And thank you to all the channel members for keeping the dream alive and going above and beyond for us. If no one has told you guys today, I love you, FG fam.